Here with us now is John Bartman, fifth-generation family farmer from northern Illinois. John, it's always good to see you. Welcome back.
Oh, Anna, great to see you too.
Let's start with that news coming from the recent summit. Although White House officials haven't said how much China will buy, what does this mean for soybean farmers to try to get back on track?
Unfortunately, it's just another press release that they've sent out. China used to buy at least 30 million metric tons, and they had agreed last year to buy 25 million metric tons. And what that really means to everybody sitting at home, that's about $10 billion worth of business to the American farmer. All they've purchased so far is 8 million metric tons, which is little less than $2 billion on today's current market. So this really isn't helping us at all.
Yeah, that's a huge discrepancy. China had, to your point, previously agreed to buy more soybeans from this past year's harvest. Like you mentioned, they haven't. What are you hearing? Were farmers able to get those to market? Are they still sitting in grain silos?
Well, it's just sold at a discount. You know, eventually, if it's cheap enough, somebody's going to end up buying it. But the sad thing is that we're already this year, because of the high price of fertilizer that's gone up over 40% since this Iran war started.
Wow.
Farmers don't have any money to buy fertilizer. So a crop that doesn't require a lot of fertilizer in the U.S. is soybean. And so we're looking at additional 4 million acres. Where those beans are going to go, if it's hard to say, but that's part of the reason why I changed up my crop planting this year. I planted a bit more corn than I did beans.
John, and this just going back to what you said and have said before, farm bankruptcies continue to increase. The Farm Bill continues to be stalled in Congress. What needs to be done to keep farmers on their land? How should lawmakers be supporting your industry right now? And I know I've asked you this before, but there still doesn't seem to be a solution.
Well, there's plenty of solutions. They just need to do something.
Sure,
and
yes.
Unfortunately, this administration is so in bed with the oil industry right now that they don't want to advance the biofuel industry. They say that they do to the farmers and to the representatives who represent the Midwest and farm states, but then you have the oil representatives who represent those areas and who don't want it to happen, unfortunately. But when the president says, hey, give me $1 billion to beat Biden, it's not looking good for the biofuel industry.
You mentioned you planted more corn because of the environment and what's going on. The Trump administration is touting E15 gas as a boom for corn farmers, specifically in the Midwest, allowing year-round sales of E15. Do you think that's a viable lifeline, John, moving forward?
It would be a wonderful thing, but they could implement it. They've got the House, they have the Senate. They could have implemented that within the first 30 days that they were in office, and they haven't. And unfortunately, going back to the summit, what we as farmers can expect, because she is going to come back to the United States at the end of September. Well, how convenient is that? It's right as harvest is happening, but it's also as early voting is beginning in the United States. So we'll have the president who will be sending out tweets throughout the year or throughout this growing season every 2 to 3 weeks, say, hey, my buddy Xi's going to buy a bunch of soybeans and the price of beans is going to go up maybe 20, 30 cents that day. But then they don't, and then it drops another 60 to 70 cents the following week. And that's what's going on again right now. And that's why, since this summit has happened, the price of beans has dropped another 70 cents.
You and I are talking about soybeans. You're in Illinois. I'm looking at the average price of unleaded gas, $5.07, diesel $6.11. You're sitting in a tractor. I know that takes a lot of money to fill up. How much are gas prices also affecting your bottom line, John?
Well, thank you for bringing that up, because nobody expected this to happen. And some farmers locked it in, but trust me, come harvest time, they're going to be paying that $6. And another point that really affects the trucking industry right now, and we as farmers have trucks too, is that most of these big rigs that are on the road, they only get between 5 and 6 miles to the gallon. So right now, it literally is costing $1 a mile for these trucks to move across the country. So that's part of the reason why food is going up. Because remember, at the end of the day, we as farmers only receive 15 to 16 cents of every dollar that the American consumer buys at the grocery store goes back to me, the farmer or the rancher. So that's where all this money is going right now. Unfortunately, what we really need is an attorney general that will stand up for family farmers and stand up for consumers and make sure that we're not being ripped off during these times. But unfortunately, we have an attorney general who's too busy trying to do oppo research for the Epstein files for members of Congress as opposed to doing their job.
John, I just asked my producer for more time. I have a minute left because I want to continue this conversation. I've had the privilege of talking to you for a couple of months now, and you sound increasingly frustrated. Do you think anything has changed over the past 2 months from your perspective?
No, it's gotten worse. And unfortunately, I'm going to give you another story that the America needs to happen and know about right now. There is a major drought that's happening in the Great Plains. The USDA has announced over 40% of the winter wheat crop in the Great Plains is going to burn up. We're not going to have that. And that hard red winter wheat is used for bread, and that's used for things like pizza crust right now. We really need to rally around the farmers right now, let people know, because this could be another food increase that's going to end up happening right now.
Right. All right. John Bartman, thank you for coming on and sharing what you and so many farmers are going through. Hopefully some solutions are happening and are put into place. We'll keep an eye on it. I know you'll keep us posted. John Bartman, thank you again.